A task force to intensify the fight in racism is now coming together here in West Palm Beach.
CBS 12's Madeline Montgomery shows us why the group is being created by Mayor Keith James.
After marches and protests right here in downtown West Palm Beach, Mayor Keith James says he hears the calls for change and thinks a task force could make that change happen. Week after week of protests calling for change.
America has been sleeping for far too long. I believe that it's time for America to wake up and see the importance and the value of the black life.
Bryce Graham was born and raised in West Palm Beach. He thinks our city and nation need change. West Palm Beach Mayor Keith James says he hears those cries.
There seems to be a recognition that our country suffers from a pattern of systemic racism.
And he wants change for his city.
So I wanted to put together the task force because I want there to be a very in-depth analysis. This city has to do its own reflection on our history.
There will be around 10 people on the task force. It'll have representatives from organizations throughout the city, from different chambers of commerce to law enforcement. Mayor James wants the task force to be diverse in race and in age.
We want to make sure we have diversity, not diversity for diversity's sake, but diversity because I think that's what it's going to take to really help us understand what we need to do to be better and to be the best community that we can be.
The task force will work to identify ways to change policing in the city. They'll also identify discrimination in healthcare, economic development, criminal and civil justice systems, housing, and education. From there, the task force and city will work to create laws and make changes in leadership to promote equality. Graham thinks the task force is an answer to the protest calls for change and for justice.
I believe the task force is a start forward so that we can identify and build bridges, not just with law enforcement, but with the community as well. So I think it's a brilliant idea.
Members of the task force are still being picked out. They should start meeting by the end of the month. The first recommendations by the task force will be turned in by the end of September. Reporting in West Palm Beach, Madeline Montgomery, CBS 12 News.